My name is Jake Blue, and I'm on a mission to discover the greatest small towns in America. Now today, we're here in Sandpoint, Idaho. Definitely one of the greatest small towns. We're just on the outskirts of town. Woke up right now. We're gonna go in and let's start with a morning walk, and I'll show you around this gorgeous town. There's an old quote that goes, "You never know how sweet the water in your well until it's all gone." Now, this is a special video for me to film because this little town of Sandpoint, and the city beach where we're headed to right now, is where I grew up. About 15 miles down the road. I went to high school here. I grew up here. I had the best childhood any kid could ever ask for here. And now, after over 3 years on the road, trying to find the greatest small towns in America, and I found a lot of them, Sandpoint is still one of the best places all across America, hands down. And the goal is to show you why today. And we're going to start with showing you a little bit of City Beach right here. Here we go. If you have questions about why Sandpoint is one of the greatest small towns in America, you need look no further than the beautiful Lake Oreille. Now, even without the town, without the ski resorts, this lake is still one of the biggest, most beautiful, clean, and wild lakes in all of the country. Lake Oreille has many hundreds of miles of shoreline, and this is one of like the third deepest lake in America. They even have legends about the Oreille paddler is like the Idaho's version of the Loch Ness monster that lives out here somewhere. And it's one of the most beautiful places ever. You can rent a boat here. Note that this is a tourist town, so you're going to get probably $1,000 a day for a boat, but you can rent a boat here, and there's secret spots all over the lake. Eagle Island, where the bald eagles go to nest. Flat Rock Beach, where every single rock on the entire beach is a skipping rock. Cliffs you can jump off of. Secret local spots. You can do a lot here if you get out on the water, and it's a calm, beautiful, wonderful lake. It's one of the best, man. All the mountains and everything. This place is spectacular. So I'm gonna take you out there, and you're gonna get to see that a little bit more up close very soon. But first, let's go get some breakfast, get a little bit of work done, and then we'll head up the mountain. Here we are at Miller's Country Store, probably my favorite all-around restaurant up in northern Idaho right now. You just look inside, you'll see what I mean. Some of my favorite restaurants I've ever been to are family-owned local Mennonite-style stores, just like this. Miller's Country Store is probably one of the best of them. There's the Pantry in Clark Fork, Idaho. There's another one called the Red Hen Bakery in Vermont. But look at how amazing this place is. It's almost all locally sourced or homemade food. Sandwiches, chocolates, breads. It is incredible. So I highly recommend that you get a sandwich while you're here. So you just come in, you fill out a little sandwich card, and they serve you my favorite little deli sandwiches in all the state. So after they give you your sandwich, you just walk around the corner to their little dining room that they have back here with free Wi-Fi to do work and eat your delicious sandwich. I don't usually get brownies for breakfast, but because I'm filming a YouTube video I did, these gluten-free brownies are better than the normal brownies. So that's just a little pro tip. Let's see what we got. And we have the brownie. So many people ask me what I do for work when I'm on the road. I always put in about 2 to 3 hours of work a day. Sometimes it goes up more to like 5, but it's always typically about 2 hours of work as a copywriter and as an adventure guide. I write emails for clients. That's kind of my day job. And then what I do with this YouTube channel is I host group trips to some of the coolest adventure locations I found across the country and the world. So I'm writing sales pages, I'm writing emails, I'm writing scripts for upcoming YouTube videos. All of that is what I do every day. And then after I'm done with work, I head up the mountain to go for a little adventure. Sandpoint's Schweitzer Mountain ski resort. You can see the quad going all the way up to the top of the mountain. There's not many ski resorts I really enjoy to be at in the summer, but Schweitzer is an exception. This place is spectacular, and just wait until you see the view from the top. Oh my gosh. Okay, listen guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, that hike took it out of me a little bit. I just had to climb to the top of these containers to start to get a view, but now you could just see the view of the lake for the first time. We'll get a better one on the way down as well without so many trees, but I wanted to come up to the top of the mountain to show you why Sandpoint's so cool. You have the Schweitzer ski mountain that has the view of the lake right here, which is insane. And then you have the backside that leads off into national forest for miles and miles this way. This is wild country out here. You can still see bears, you can still see wild animals. It's still hiking like pristine wilderness. And then when you ski here in the winter, it's a winter wonderland. This place is so cool. So let's go get you a little bit better view of the lake real quick. And I've got to find a way down this thing and test my grip strength. Let's go. This is just a quick reminder to all the climbers that like to jump on top of stuff when they're hiking. You can climb up things a lot easier than you can climb down them. Climbing down up this was very simple. Climbing down it was a little bit scary. You could tell I did it, but just a little reminder, you can't get down everything you climb up, so think ahead. All right, so confession, I only have one camera. So I had to climb down and then do that again and climb back up and climb back down to show you. But that was pretty cool, right? That's fun. Okay, view of the lake. Let's go. Now this is the famous view that everyone comes to Sandpoint for. Yeah! Oh man, it feels good to be back. This is Lake Oreille out here. It starts here, curves all the way out and around the peninsula way out here, and then goes back around into the mountains. You've got the Monarch Mountains over here, which are a massive face that falls right into the lake. You've got Scotchman's Peak over here, which is right around like a 6,600 foot mountain. Really, really good hike where the mountain goats live. This place is spectacular, and you can see the town of Sandpoint right down here and right down here. That's where we're going to be going for dinner tonight. I would be remiss if I didn't show you downtown Sandpoint for a video like this, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of perspective. The greatest small towns in America, for me, when I travel, and I've been out on the road for 3 years, are typically the places that have most access to natural wild spaces. And by overview, you can just see how much room there is to disappear off into the wilderness here. That's my favorite part about finding great small towns in America. So Schweitzer's a great hike. Scotchman's Peak's a great hike. I'm actually going to do a video there later this year. I have a little hamstring injury, but as soon as that's healed up, we're going to do that. And then we have the Long Bridge over here, man. And Sandpoint's just one of the spots. So let's go down and start getting ready for a little bit of dinner at my favorite restaurant in the city called Matchwood Brewing. There's a ton of them. You could choose your own, but Matchwood Brewing's where we're going. So let's wrap it up here, make it down the mountain, and go get some delicious food. Another little point I got to show you now that we're headed down, talking about food, is one of the reasons the Pacific Northwest is home to some of the best towns in America is because of these little guys right here. This is the start of a huckleberry that are just starting to bloom for the year. All these little red things here. So it's only May 31st as I'm filming this video right now, and the huckleberries are already starting to come out just a little. If you don't know what a huckleberry is, they grow in the Pacific Northwest only, and they are some of the best berries, probably the best wild berry I've had anywhere. Salmon berries in Alaska are also pretty awesome, but huckleberries in the Pacific Northwest, you get these in the middle of summer. They're the best, most juicy, incredible berry ever, and I'll show you them later this summer. But right now, let's go get some food that is ripe and ready to eat. Boom! Here we are, Matchwood Brewing Company. My favorite dinner restaurant, I think, in all of Sandpoint. Very busy brew style restaurant right now tonight. So we're gonna go in and see if we can get some food. Hey, welcome back. I'm gonna take the OG Savory Burger, please.
Fries, chicken, salad.
I just got the burger. Here we go. It's awesome. They also have this cool little chipotle sauce that I adore. But just look at the environment of this place real quick, aside from the food being great. This place is beautiful. They got live music and all this stuff. So this burger has Gouda on it, bacon, comes with amazing fries. I think they have the best French fries in Sandpoint, and this sauce is great. So let's take a little bite real quick. Oh my gosh, that was a good burger here at Matchwood. When you're a van lifer, there's a van pulling in right now. When you live in a van and you've been on the road for a long time, one of the things that you crave is stability. You go through phases. You wouldn't live in a van if that was the only thing you wanted, but you go through phases like I do. And one of the things I love about this restaurant, Matchwood, behind me, is that I can come to Sandpoint and I have stability. I come to this little coffee shop in the morning, Evans Bros Coffee, which is an amazing coffee shop, and then I come walk over for lunchtime and I have lunch at Matchwood Brewing, and I'll do that for 4 or 5 days until I get back in a flow, get some good work done, and then I feel ready to hit the road again. So it's always kind of special for me to come back to Matchwood, and it's really fun. Normally this is where I'd end the video as well, but there is one more place in Sandpoint I want to show you, and I have a little bit of a sweet tooth tonight, so we're gonna go check that out. So on your trip to Sandpoint, when you go walk downtown, cute little downtown, I want you to keep your eyes open for that store right there. Cute little ice cream shop called Panhandle Cone and Coffee that hands and home makes everything they do. The waffle cones are homemade and hand rolled. All the ice cream is homemade, and it is the best place to get ice cream in this beautiful little town. So that's where we're gonna go before we end it out. This place is seriously special because they come up with some of the most unique ice cream flavors I've ever seen. Some of them are Sasquatch inspired, some of them have full ground cookies in them. They just throw full cookies and blend them into their ice cream. It's amazing. You gotta try it.
Okay, so let's go. Honey Rose and the...
Just walked down the street for a good little place to sit and eat the ice cream. Check this out, it's chocolate mixed with brown butter cookie ice cream. It's awesome. So I've never talked about this on camera, but before we finish up, I wanted to leave you with this. Is the reason I left to start living on the road in the first place was because I wanted to find a place that felt like home. I didn't feel like I had one. I went to Missoula, Montana for college, and after that I just had to go figure it out. So I moved onto the road eventually, looking for a place to call home. I went from the Oregon coast to Maine, to Key West, to Alaska, San Diego. I did everywhere, all 50 states, and I still haven't found a place that really feels like home yet. But I think part of getting older is starting to realize that home isn't necessarily the location, but it's more about the places that you let impact you. They're like the places that whisper in your ear a little bit at night, that you have dreams about. Right now I think I'm just young and I have so many of those places left. I'm only 26, Places like Stowe, Vermont call to me. Marquette, Michigan calls to me. There's all these places. Ellsworth, Maine calls to me, man. Steamboat Springs, Colorado calls to me. There's all these places that I found. As I get older and I travel more, I think that'll start to fade eventually, and I'll start to find a place that really feels like home. But until then, I'm going to continue making these videos on the best small towns in America. So when you come to these places, I just encourage you to have as much respect for the small towns as you can. And if you want to check out all the places that I found in all my favorite towns, you can click the link in the description and get the guide for this video. I'm going to finish my ice cream, sit here and look at Sand Creek, which is a beautiful little river that leads out to Lake Pend Oreille. Stay a while, be free. There's great places out there waiting to see you.